My fellow diamond mitten wearing cupcakes, there is bombshell information that was released a short while ago. It is regarding Uniswap liquidity providing. Now, everybody's known this for quite some time. And the truth is that you don't actually make money providing liquidity when it comes to Ethereum. Shocking. I'm going to explain to you why. I mean, this is such an important piece of information because Uniswap is releasing UniswapX. So just the adding an X there, the sexy X factor, right? UniswapX. And what they're going to do is to get more features, they're taking the panel off chain. Uh-oh. So when you hear crypto, I know our brains have to like interpret what that means. Off chain means the dark forest. It means the centralized place. It means where anything can happen because it's off the blockchain. You don't have to publish it. Whoa. They have an excuse for it. I don't believe them. I think it's just a slippery slope. They always just a slippery slope. I've been calling them fake DeFi for how long now? They are fake DeFi. By the way, Uniswap is great technology, but they're fake DeFi. Don't forget this. You can call someone an amazing inventor. You can also call them fake DeFi. They are. Very important, friends. When you provide liquidity, you're not actually winning. See, when it comes to like PulseChain and other chains, you do win. Why? Because you don't have all these institutions who want to throw in like $30 million to just make like 6 cents per trade. They don't care about it. They don't care about it because the amount of money that they're dealing with, there's no incentive for them. They need to see enough consistent volume for them to come in and start looking around. I know a lot of people get upset when I say this. I don't care. They're scum. MEV, sandwich bots, scum. All of those quant people, scum. All of those hedge funds, scum. All those VCs, scum. All of those short-term oriented people who take advantage of me and my people, scum. They're absolutely subhuman, filthy trash. And I will never back down from it. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. You know this is a family-friendly show. But back to the scum. You know they are. They're the ones who come in and then they promise you the world and they say, oh, you got to hold this thing for 15 years. Meanwhile, they're selling on a 2x. Don't believe them. LPs, liquidity providing. Liquidity providing. You put your money into the system, you hope that you're the house. So here we go, right? The problem with liquidity providers is the expectation of getting fees by acting as the house. Now, it's very funny. As soon as I read this, I thought, uh-oh, that sounds a bit like a security. But the thing is, it's decentralized. So the SEC calls everything a security. The corrupt SEC, corrupt. Controlled by the bug eaters. The puppets on a puppet string. So when it comes to these, you want to provide liquidity because, you know, when markets move up and down, friends, when markets move up and down, you don't know exactly what the net direction is going to be, you know, but you can kind of guess. You go, well, it's going to go a bit up and a bit down. You know, this is just a Bitcoin chart. Markets can move up or down, right? But on a long enough time frame, yes, they go up and they come down. But along this path, there are periods of like volatility, all that back and forth. The market's got to figure itself out. Even it collapses, then it comes back down. Now, during the bulk of this part, there's a lot of volume that gets done. You hope that by providing liquidity, that you are making money on both sides. So, you know, there's a bid and then you're providing a bid and the offer. That's what happens in Uniswap. You provide the bid and the offer and essentially you have an infinite range. This is Uniswap V2. The range is you go, well, I'm willing to sell infinite up on the upside, infinite on the downside. So you split up your orders infinitely. So people work their way through your orders on the way up and then they work their way through their orders on the way down. Okay, so this is what happens. And then you earn your little marginal fee over time. But there's a problem. The problem is that the game's rigged. That's actually the problem. So here I am to repeat. The MEV scumbot. So MEV is miner extracted value. It is a nerd term made by people with like really big brains for their skulls who have like a lot of pens and a lot of front pockets, but they just want to use this like nice diplomatic word. Okay, they are front running thieves. They're cockroaches. These, if what MEV do, okay, if somebody did this to you at the supermarket, they'd end up stabbed. They'd end up literally violently attacked. Can you imagine you went to a single mother who's trying to buy milk at the supermarket? She got to the front of the store and then as she went to the checkout chick, You grabbed the milk from her and then you held her hostage and you said, you know, this milk it was meant to cost $2. Actually, now it's $2.80. And then she says, I don't want the milk anymore. No, you've got to go through the milk. You're held hostage. That's exactly what MEV do. Over and over and over again. And then the single mother takes the milk, walks on home. Then they go find the priest. The priest is in there buying vegetables. They do the same thing. A kilo of broccoli is meant to be $4. No, it's not. It's now $4.90. That's what they do all day, friends. This is not even a metaphor. It's literally, they sit here doing this all day. MEV scum bots. And then they collude with the miners to try. It's a scum game. It's literally, it's scum squared. I don't even have the word for it. It's the goo. It's like the guts of a cockroach when you step on a cockroach. That's how pathetic these people are. Okay. $500 a month research from Delphi Capital. By the way, it does cost $500 a month. Don't get it. Don't even think about getting it. All right. So Ceteris Paribus released this information. Good on him for this thread. Just showing you this chart, right? So it says early UniswapX data suggests liquidity providers are in trouble. Why? What does it mean? Look at this. You can see inventory is like shooting up. You're like, uh-oh, what's happening? Like you're collecting sides of the market. Look at this. He explains in the post. He says 77% of UniswapX, remember that's the new off-chain, the fake DeFi Uniswap upgrade. 70% of the volume is being filled with off-chain inventory. Mostly from one market maker. Isn't that crazy? Wow. One dude, one institution, one bug eater. Gee, I wonder who it is. Could be Citibank, otherwise known as Citibugs. What about JP Mosquito? What about Bank of Ants? You know it's them. Goldman Slugs? It's them. You know it's someone affiliated with them. And even if it's not, it's someone who knows someone there who's going to get them in anyway. I'm sorry to bring this to you, friends. I know the Bitcoin maxis, they had a point, you know, like Bitcoin's decentralized, everything else isn't. It's a scale, but it's a scale. What do you want me to do? Bitcoin maxis, we're here to make money, man. What do you want me to do? Just live in Bitcoin land? You're not going to give me a 40x. What are we meant to do? We got to play the game. That's why it is a game. I'm here to tell you this. Okay, it's very, very important information. You can even see, right? This is just the introduction part of the article. So let's just read together, right? So let's read this first part. Despite the adoption of the automated market makers, so that's Uniswap creation, okay? Despite the adoption in the DeFi space, numerous problems persist. Liquidity providers enter the market with the expectation of earning fees by acting as the house. Because remember, you're the bid and the ask side. However, the inherent design of constant function AMMs combined with the passive nature of liquidity provision leaves users vulnerable to MEV exploits and impermanent loss or rebalancing induced losses. You basically get wrecked from everywhere. The susceptibility of these constant function AMMs to the MEV attacks, the scum, the cockroach guts, they are particularly pronounced with Uniswap v2 being a notable target for MEV attacks. The static nature of liquidity within these constant function AMMs creates an opportunity for the MEV searchers. So the scum, they're basically looking for victims. They perform CEX to DEX arbitrages due to stale prices. I've made many videos, friends. I'm going to open up Polygon here for you in the section, okay? Polygon, I was giving an example. So Polygon does a lot of volume. It's like, wow, look at these volume, 50, 70, 90, $100 million of volume. But you ain't fooling me. Not with this straight back. Not with these pointy elbows. If you go and check who's actually doing all the volume on Polygon. Look at this. Polygon, Polygarbage. Look at it. Matic, Ethereum. Matic, USDC. Ethereum, Matic. Ethereum, Matic. That's it. All of the volume is literally just Matic and Ethereum and stablecoins. So what actually is going on here? Okay, well, show you what's going on. Here's Polygon. It's going to be P. And actually, we're going to give a poop, okay, for a poop chain because of all the, you know, exactly the insider ICO advisors. All right, so sweet. So look at this. Polygon, poop. Polygon, the chain, there is, say, Matic here. So there's a bid and there's an offer, okay, right here. So you have B, and let's put S because it's how much you want to sell because that's what confuses people, okay? So this is what happens here. Now what happens, now let's go to, for example, Binance Exchange. Ethereum, so we're looking at ETH, okay? So it's ETH. All of this is ETH. So Binance, for example, the Ethereum will go up by like $10, okay? It will go up. So what happens is the account market makers, so the filthy quant scum who are on Binance, they're using leverage. So if Ethereum pushes up, they are now short. They are short because Ethereum went up. They're like, hey, we're short. If Ethereum keeps moving up, we're going to keep losing money. So what do? They instantly go to Polygon chain. And did you see how there's people providing liquidity on Polygon? See this S for sell? They grab this price. They grab it and they arbitrage it every single time. But what they're basically saying is because you're providing liquidity with a constant function on Uniswap v2, you never get to move that price. You see this sell here? It stays down here until someone takes it. Basically, when the market moves far enough, they basically take your order from you, right? So it's literally like if you were selling bananas for $5 and someone else was selling it for $10, well, no one buys your bananas until someone starts selling them for $10. But if that other person was never selling them for $10, well, no one goes buys your bananas. You see that? It's basically like, well, I only get volume done when someone's coming to steal from me. And that's exactly the problem when it comes to Uniswap v2 and especially also Uniswap v3. So here he is, Mr. DeFi guy explaining. If Uniswap v4 was an indication that Uniswap is giving up on building a sustainable on-chain DEX, then UniswapX is the confirmation. So Uniswap, fake DeFi Uniswap. So he's basically saying the way UniswapX is going, the way they're moving, they're basically saying, you know what? The model doesn't really work. Ethereum's kind of too slow. We're going to have to move to off-chain stuff, which is weird because you're like, wait a minute. The whole point of crypto is to make a lot of this stuff on-chain. How come you're going centralized? Like we already have the CME and all the corrupt financial institutions that we can't control. Okay? He also explains, by first sending orders through an RFQ, UniswapX delivers non-toxic swapper prices better and using experience. So he's basically saying UniswapX, so the centralized version gives you more money because you get more control. That's why. And you don't get abused more. Why? But so that's the thing. You don't get abused more because you're in the shadows. But why you're in the shadows? Because you're off chain. So this is the unfortunate part with reality. Once you're in the public, you're a public target too. Passive liquidity providers become the liquidity of last resort. They only receive the flow that the RFQ participants don't want to fill. That is the most toxic flow. Is the example I just used. Basically, remember you're a banana example, yeah? You sell bananas for $5. No one wants to buy them. But if another shop opens up and sells them for $10, oh, now you're cheap. But if that person closes down for the day, well, no one wants to trade with you. No one wants your bananas. So they only want to trade with you when you're getting destroyed. That's why they're inherently disgusting. That's the unfortunate part with liquidity providing. That's why I've got to mention to you, friends. Yes, this is an enhancement of the system, but for marketing purposes and branding, and of course, adoption, Uniswap still is fake DeFi, and of course they are. They are moving towards a centralized off-chain system. They admit that a fully on-chain DEX is not viable on Ethereum. Remember, UniswapX is permissioned. You need permission. It's not permissionless. You need permission. And it's centralized. It's not decentralized. But it's for it is. Do you really care? We just want to make money. We know the game. We just want to make money. Got to repeat to you. PulseChain, real DeFi. PulseX, real DeFi. But also, devil's advocate, they are real DeFi because they're more basic. It is what it is, okay? UniswapX has to give more features. They can't do everything on Ethereum. They have to make their own chain. It's just the way everything's going. It's the way everything's going. Let me tell you something though. Because Ethereum is overclogged, you already know there's no money there for me and you. Why? Because there's money with people who want to put in, $30 million and make 10%. All right? That's the money there. They want to put 30 mil, they want to make you 10%, get you 3 mil, pay commissions, they're done. We don't want that game. You've most likely got 6,800. You want to try get an 82x. Completely different game. And that's great. That's what we want to see. I want to see the spread of the game and the rules out here so we know where to pick our battles. So that's why, yes, we might find that, look, I'll be honest, the ultimate goal for, say, PulseChain is to get clogged by the MEV scum. That's how you know there's enough money in there for everybody. That's how you know you're actually a mature market. But you never expected that, friends. Yes, mature. All right, the blue chip. When there's a lot of big institutions who want to scalp that money and cents and take advantage of people, that's when there's a lot of money going around. The fact that no one's doing it now, they haven't set their stuff up, it means it's off the radar. That's how you know we're early. Everything I've taught you, friends, it is building up to a greater cause. You're not ready for all those lessons, but we're getting there. You continue on your journey of friendship. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, and or tell mum and dad. Still love and appreciate him. Uniswap is fake DeFi. Catch you in the next one.